You know what science does not still understand? Why that happens. They don't understand that. Nobody can explain this is why gravity works. This is what causes things to come together. Because everything else in all of creation, with the exception of that rule, kind of proves that everything actually wants to blow apart. Right? Like truly, again, I'm watching another documentary, and you're looking at the ISS, the International Space Station. One of the biggest problems they have is that the screws and the bolts that they put in that thing, just naturally, because gravity isn't there to create a force against them, they kind of want to come apart, which is a pretty big deal in a space station, right? So they're regularly having to deal with that stuff. They're having to keep things together. If you start spinning something in outer space, like they've done these experiments, and you can watch, like you take something that's like you mash like a mud ball or something together and you spin it, what's going to happen? Without gravity, everything flies in a different direction. But this is also true in the unseen realm, right? In the places where we feel, our emotions, our relationships, our like all of that stuff. When you have a fight with somebody who you care about, who you love, right? What is your knee-jerk reaction in the midst of that fight? Is it to just immediately go back and start cuddling that person or hugging? I'm thinking about spouses here. Do we immediately want to come back together and embrace and stay together? No, we want to go to our separate places. We want to steam. We want to vent. We want to talk about stuff and be like in our own minds, this is why I don't, you know? That's blowing apart. But what does the Bible say is one of the things that Christ does? He holds all things together. Why does gravity work? Because he's holding all things together. Why do our relationships, when we trust in Christ, tend to actually desire to heal? Because he's holding all things together. This is his active, regular, I am who I am, I do what I say kind of promise of Christ. He is making all things. He made all things. Through him all things were made. By him and for him all things were made. And by him all things hold together. This is a spiritual and a physical truth because he's Lord over both what is seen and what is unseen.